We are in Michigan at the Gravedigga's Garage. Coronet, that's a 69 Coronet. Got a 440 in it. You know, I really like the 440 engine. It's got a V8. It's, I'm gonna get that car painted too, Destroyer Gray. If y'all know what that color is, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna get that car color too, Destroyer Gray. But that's one of the strong running cars. It has a pistol grip, 4-speed pistol grip stick in there. And it's pretty clean, man. It's a pretty car. If you got a big family, that car will take everybody. And the grandma. Put the grandma in the trunk though. But they'll put, no, I'm just kidding. But no, that's a beautiful car. Over here is a 69 Coronet 440. Lines are beautiful on it. I'm gonna get this one painted as well. I'm gonna put the Destroyer Gray on this because of the gray interior on the inside of the car. This car also has a 440 in it. Beautiful machine. Well done. Has a pistol grip. Pistol grip. Manual 4-speed transmission in here. The emblem on the side says Coronet 440. It's a beautiful car, but like I say, it's a car that you can put the whole family in and go fast. You don't want to go fast with the whole family in the car, but still, it's a nice driving car. It's beautiful, and the color on it looks good as it is right now. But I just want it to be different. I just want it to be different. I had this car for a long time. And I just wanted to be different. Welcome back. So we're gonna start this off here by introducing one of my good personal friends, number 72, Mr. Earl Dotson. Thank you. Now, Earl, before we get started, because people want to know, are you any relation to Santana Dotson?
Not really, but we call each other cousins, you know. He grew up about, I want to say 100 miles from me in Yakes. I heard about Santana playing in high school. A lot of people brought his name up, and yeah. Once I met him in Green Bay, we just call each other cousins.
Earl, everybody likes the skill guys, the pretty boys, like the one that just left, that pretty boy, Dorsey Levens.
That's how that works.
Yeah, he's off the set now, I can call him pretty boy. Yeah. So, no one really pays attention to the big uglies. You see what I'm saying? You know we both ugly, isn't it? But people have to understand, and I want them to understand this. It always starts up front.
Yes, it does.
You can have Mickey Mouse, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, but if you do not have an offensive line, you're gonna suck.
Yes, sir. That's how that works.
So Earl, as an offensive lineman, what gives you the appreciation for being an unsung hero?
It's just part of the job, like you said. You know, it's funny that, you know, we had the #1 offense, but nobody talked about the offensive line. You know, we had Dorsey Levens, you know, 1,000-yard rusher. We had Brett Favre, and, you know, like I said, we had a good offense, but you don't hear about offensive linemen. And that's the good thing in part, because when you do, it's usually a penalty, you know? So we kind of just live under the limelight. It's cool though, you know, we just do our job and hey, we live with it. But the real people that know football understand that it starts at the offensive line.
Now, Earl, like I said before about Frankie Winters, you had to block, to me, the greatest defensive end besides Sean, the greatest defensive end that ever put his hand
To ever play the game, yes sir.
day in, day out. And I even felt for y'all. You know how we used to warm up before game? And Big Dog used to bring it.
To bring it out.
So tell us, how was it to block Reggie White 365 days of the year?
Be honest. Yeah, hey, let's give it up for Reggie White, one of the greatest people I ever met in my life. To be honest with you, probably the best thing that ever happened, I would have never have it any other way. He showed me a lot of stuff, and he made Sundays easy, you know, having to deal with Reggie. Like I said, I was a grown man playing this game, and one of the best human beings you ever meet in your life.
Earl, I always admired you because I would be like, ooh, that boy got a block. Big Dog today. And Big Dog was mad on certain days now, you know?
Yeah, he could be mad on some days now.
He's mad on certain days. But Earl, like I asked Dorsey before you, if you had to play any other position on the team, what would it be?
Linebacker. Oh yeah.
Linebacker?
I would love to tear somebody's head off. That's more my mentality, you know. I'm a little different off the field than I am on the field. You know, I love the contact, I love the sport, and like I said, it'll be linebacker.
So I got one more question for you. I know, you know, we ain't gotta hit on people. We ain't gotta be as big no more.
No, sir.
So little Earl, tell us why you trying to get so sugar sweet.
No, it was just time, you know, no use for all that weight anymore, you know. It's like anything else, it was a job. You know, carrying around 330, 340 every day is work. You know, it's work. Buying clothes get expensive, and you know, it's just time to lose weight. You know, I want to live a little longer, feel a little better, and I'm happy that I did it. You know. Yeah. Well, hell, I can stop at Target now.
Well, Earl, I want to tell this in front of everybody. You've been a hell of a teammate, but a better friend.
Man, you know what? We go way back. Way from the apartments to the same street on the houses. Hey, me and Gilbert have been friends for a long time, and like I say, hey, hell of a guy, love him to death, and I thank him for everything he does. And like I said, look what he does here. You know, a big heart, a big heart.
Give it up for number 72, Earl Dotson.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
All right, folks, welcome back to Gravedigga Tonight. Now, me and this boy here been up and down the dusty trail. I done saw some things and he done saw some things. Lord Jesus. But I had to tell you, I had Sean Jones on, and I had Santana, and these two guys, I think they was a little older than me. I was the youngster of the group, but I couldn't learn from none of the best people than these guys that I played against. Or with. So give it up for number 71, Mr. Santana Dodson.
Hey, what up, yo? What's going on, Gil? So you got your little show going on.
Got me a little show, babe. You know. Now, people want to know.
The people want to know.
People want to know.
The people.
I had Earl on here before and Earl lied.
Cousin Earl.
Are you guys, he lied, dog. Are you guys related?
Me and Cousin Earl.
Cousin Earl. Tell us the story.
You know, I mean, we say we're related, you know, but the fact that we grew up 50 minutes from each other and we did all the searching and the looking back at the family tree and we cannot figure out how we're related, but you know, the spelling of the name is a little different because it's usually D-O-D-S-O-N. So the fact that we both spell it D-O-T, we just really accepted that we're cousins. So if people ask, we say we're cousins, but we hadn't really figured it out just yet.
Now, Mr. Dotson.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that describe themselves and how tall they are and all this stuff. So how tall would you say Sean Jones was?
He's like, okay, so this show, like, is it like a family show or is it like, so when I say the descriptive adjectives, I'm wondering what descriptive adjectives I could use.
Santana, I'm pretty sure my guy can bleep,
Okay.
deep, or whatever you need to do.
So Sean would be in the category as tall
Okay. Then if he's that tall, then how tall would Reggie White be?
Yeah, he was a godly tall. Like, oh my God, you're tall. Yeah.
So I'm sure I'm gonna hate to ask this next one.
What's the next one?
So how tall would you say the Gravedigga is?
Well, you know, you got oak trees that are up there. Then you got the stumps that are down there. So the Gravedigga will be somewhere in between that oak tree and that stump, without a doubt, yeah. But pound for pound, the Gravedigga was the best in the business, you know. Joe Shaw.
So I did this to get to how tall you are. So we said that. We said, how tall are you, Santana?
Oh, everybody knows I'm 6'5", like F-I-N-E, 6'5". Everybody knows that. What? There's no question.
Y'all see where I went with that, D? I gotta listen to this up and down the road. You know that, right? Santana Dotson. Yeah. Tell us how you got to Green Bay.
Oh man, so you know, it's one of those things. If you can't beat them, join them. I was drafted by Tampa Bay, and you know that's
rookie, NFL Rookie of the Year, by the way.
NFL Rookie of the Year. And so I'm going into free agency, and I know I'm looking for something different in Tampa. We just hadn't achieved a lot of the team success. So I'm looking, and I'm actually watching the Green Bay Packers '95 team. You guys have made it to the NFC Championship. And I believe the score was like 17-0 or 17-3 at halftime, but you ended up losing that game. But as soon as the game was over, I called my agent. I'm like, you know, they just need one piece that solves that puzzle. And I'm that piece, you know. And I'm all pumped up. I'm like, man, you know, if I can get there, we could build something special. And the crazy thing is evidently Ron Wolf saw the same thing because on Monday, he was calling my agent to schedule a trip, and the rest is history.
I have to concur with what you said. Reggie White got there, I believe, in '92. I got there in 93. Sean got there in 94. We had to get that last piece to come in there for us to get over the top to make it to the Super Bowl. And I sure hate to say this, Mr. Dotson. You know, it's just gonna blow your head up more than what it is.
Really?
Santana to me was that piece to get us over the top to the Super Bowl.
I don't think I heard you. Can you say that again? Okay, just one more time for the people in the back. I think they heard you.
I will not repeat myself. Now, Mr. Dotson, for the fans out here that do not know, tell them during the Super Bowl year when we was the #1 offense, #1 defense, #1 special teams across the board.
Yeah.
Tell them about the times when Mike Holmgren, which he was the offensive darlings, and we were the ugly stepchilds of the team. Tell them how our Thursdays would go.
Well, you had two groups that were definitely alpha males. You had the #1 defense in the NFL and the #1 offense. And you go to Mike Holmgren, he's formerly a quarterback coach, formerly an offensive coordinator. So he's heavy on the offensive side of the ball. But defensively, we like to be tenacious. So we would beg on Thursday, that's the real competition day, and we would beg for scrimmages, whether it was goal line or 3rd and long. We just wanted to go ones against ones, So Thursday was the day we could get very competitive before game day on Sunday. And we knew we were doing well because Mike would get real quiet and real red, like his whole face would turn red. I can't block him, we can't throw on him, we can't do anything with him. And we're like, yes, yes. But yeah, we're ready for Sunday. So we used to love the competition on Thursdays was great.
Now, and to add to that, if we were playing the #1 offense on Thursday, do you think Chicago had a chance? Do you think them purple White Queens had a chance? And Detroit, they didn't count. Meow, meow. So, Mr. Dotson.
Yes, sir.
Like I asked all the other guys and all the pretty boys and all that stuff, if you had to play another position on the team, what would it be?
Wow. Another position? I always like the physical part of the physical nature of football. So if I had to remove myself as a defensive lineman, I'd have to play linebacker or maybe fullback, something where you can always just smash it into somebody without a doubt. Yeah.
I often ask myself that same question.
Yeah, what do you think?
And if I had to step out of being the Gravedigga and stepped in, I would go to Thursdays and play offensive line so I can block you. Because I get sick and tired of hearing about Texas this and Texas that, and I can do this, and I'm 6'5". I would say, put the camera, Dorsey, get right here, and let me give him the business.
As you guys can tell, there's always a lot of trash talking. So we spend a lot of times on our way to practice or in between talking about high school football. And of course, in my opinion, it doesn't get any better than Texas high school football. So he's telling me how in high school he played both ways. Like I played offense and I blocked for Jerome Bettis, and then I had to go on defense and I was making sacks and tackles for losses. And I'm like, Gil, I played one position one way, defense. Fast as hell downhill. And I'm like, if you'd have bought that Detroit stuff down to Houston, they'd have took all your scholarships. They were like, give me that scholarship. Give me that. Give me that.
We can go back and forth all day and give these people a lot to laugh about, Dotson. But I do want to say it is an honor for me to be sitting here and all my teammates and stuff. But I have the opportunity to have Sean Jones and Santana Dotson in my truck. I am the happiest guy in the world. So give it up for Mr. Santana Dotson.
All right. I'll meet you guys at the bar.